There is a quiet power in simplicity. The world often celebrates the flashy, the dramatic, and the daring, but it is in the steady, consistent, and boring ventures that real fortune takes root. There is a law of prosperity that operates whether we see it or not, a law that rewards those who serve a steady need, who provide a dependable service, and who remain faithful to the principles of diligence, honesty, and persistence. The mind that understands this law is the mind that attracts wealth, for wealth is not chaotic or random, it is orderly, responding to effort applied in alignment with divine principles. Those who seek glamour and excitement alone may be caught in cycles of speculation and disappointment, but those who serve quietly, reliably, and intelligently often find the doors of abundance opening wide. Consider the businesses that do not excite the headlines, companies that deliver cleaning supplies, accounting services, or maintenance solutions. They are not headline-grabbing, but they meet essential needs in the lives of countless people. Here lies the secret. The universe responds not to brilliance alone but to usefulness. When a business meets a consistent, universal need, it draws wealth naturally, steadily, like water flowing into a reservoir. There is a magnetism in serving consistently, for prosperity is attracted to service that is clear, precise, and uninterrupted. The individual who embraces the boring path with faith and integrity aligns with this natural flow, and the universe, in its mysterious way, opens the doors that others cannot even see. Many are misled by appearances, believing that glamour or trendiness is the key to fortune. They chase the glittering shadows of short-lived fads, exhausting themselves in pursuit of popularity. But prosperity does not favor the chasing heart. It favors the patient, steady, and faithful hand. The mundane tasks, the daily routines, the systems that others overlook, all of these hold a power that is invisible but potent. The law of supply and demand, guided by unseen principles of harmony, supports those who quietly fill necessary gaps. In the repetition, in the consistency, and in the humble service rendered without expectation of applause, the seeds of great wealth are planted. It is important to recognize that nothing valuable is lost when a business appears unexciting. The appearance of boredom is often a cloak for hidden abundance. Those who understand this truth move forward with confidence, focusing not on the glimmering rewards of attention, but on the certainty of results. Faith in the principle that service attracts wealth is the key that unlocks opportunities others cannot perceive. Every product sold, every service rendered, every need met is a step toward prosperity when performed with clarity, joy, and integrity. The millionaire mind, therefore, does not chase excitement. It recognizes the potency of the ordinary, the magic of reliability, and the unseen currents that reward usefulness. It moves with confidence in the quiet, steady rhythm of creation, knowing that fortune is attracted not by drama, but by consistent, faithful action performed in alignment with divine laws. Consistency attracts wealth. Steady, reliable service draws prosperity like a magnet. Consistency attracts wealth. This is a principle that has guided the fortunate and the successful since the beginning of time, though it is often overlooked by those who seek instant gratification or the illusion of overnight success. The universe operates according to orderly laws, and one of its most powerful laws is that steady, persistent effort, directed toward a useful purpose, draws abundance naturally. The individual who understands this principle does not chase after every fad or flashy opportunity that arises. Instead, they focus on delivering value, day after day, with faith and diligence. Each small, repeated action compounds into results that may appear invisible at first, but in time manifest in ways that astonish even the most skeptical. Wealth does not emerge from chaos or erratic effort. It flows like a river to the one who positions themselves consistently in the path of usefulness, meeting needs with clarity and reliability, without distraction or wavering. To understand this principle fully, one must recognize the difference between excitement and effectiveness. Many are seduced by the appearance of glamour, assuming that those who succeed must be daring risk-takers, constantly chasing innovation or trends. But true prosperity is not built on excitement alone, it is built on service. A business that meets a persistent need, even in the most ordinary or unremarkable way, has the power to generate wealth far beyond the imagination of those who seek only thrill. The individual who embraces consistency does not worry about being noticed or praised. They focus on excellence in their daily operations, on doing the work with integrity and precision, and on serving their customers in a way that earns trust and loyalty. The law of prosperity responds to this fidelity, rewarding those who honor the process, the task, and the value of their contribution, no matter how simple it may appear. There is a quiet power in habit. The small actions performed repeatedly, with attention and purpose, are the unseen threads that weave the fabric of financial success. Consider the person who runs a business in cleaning services, bookkeeping, maintenance, or supply distribution. To the casual observer, these fields may seem dull, uninspiring, even pedestrian. Yet, within these very enterprises lies a secret that many overlook. Their consistency ensures constant demand. People always need clean spaces, accurate accounts, reliable supplies, and functional systems. By showing up every day and meeting these needs faithfully, the business owner attracts a stream of income that grows steadily and predictably. It is not the flashy marketing campaigns or viral moments that create the millionaires in these fields. It is the unwavering dedication to meeting real, tangible needs with competence and care. The universe loves reliability, and it rewards those who honor their commitments with enduring prosperity. Many are distracted by the idea that wealth must come quickly or dramatically. They attempt to leap into high-risk ventures or chase fleeting trends, hoping for rapid recognition or sudden fortune. The mind focused on consistency, however, understands that slow, steady progress is the path to security and abundance. The law of supply and demand works in tandem with the law of faith, responding to the individual who consistently provides value over time. Each effort, no matter how small it seems in the present, adds to an invisible accumulation of results. This is why the ordinary steady business often outpaces the spectacular but inconsistent venture. Those who show up day after day, deliver quality and maintain trust, create a foundation upon which fortune builds naturally. Their wealth may not explode overnight, but it grows quietly, inevitably, and resiliently. Consistency also fosters mastery. When a person engages in the same work repeatedly, refining their approach, learning from experience, and improving systems and processes, they develop a skill set and knowledge base that cannot be acquired by sporadic or inconsistent effort. Mastery attracts clients, opportunities, and financial reward. It positions the individual as a reliable authority in their field, someone whose services are sought after because they can be trusted to deliver results without fail. The millionaire who emerges from a boring business is often the one who has devoted years to perfecting their craft, refining their procedures, and showing up, even when circumstances are challenging, even when the work feels repetitive. The discipline of consistency cultivates not only wealth, but also confidence, resilience, and the ability to navigate the inevitable obstacles that arise in any enterprise. Furthermore, the mind that understands consistency sees opportunity in repetition. There is abundance in predictability. When one serves a need that is constant and unchanging, the flow of prosperity is steady and reliable. The challenges that arise are not deterrents but lessons that refine strategy, sharpen skills, and deepen understanding. Each repeatable process, each routine interaction, and each small step taken with care contributes to a larger pattern of success. The individual who recognizes this can approach their work with a sense of calm assurance, knowing that the fruits of their labor are accumulating invisibly, ready to manifest in material reward. They are not swayed by the temptation of distraction or the illusion of overnight success. They trust in the law that rewards faithfulness, regularity, and dedication to purpose. The energy of consistency is also magnetic. People are drawn to reliability. Customers, partners, and collaborators instinctively trust those who can be counted on, and trust translates into repeated business, referrals, and long-term relationships. A business that appears boring to some is often seen as stable, dependable, and safe by those who rely on it. This trust, built gradually through consistent service, is a form of invisible currency that compounds alongside financial gains. It ensures that the flow of opportunity and income does not come in unpredictable bursts, but in a steady, sustainable stream that supports long-term wealth accumulation. Finally, consistency trains the mind to align with abundance. The act of showing up faithfully, of performing one's work with diligence and attention, reinforces a mindset that expects results, believes in provision, and recognizes that wealth flows naturally to those who honor their commitments. The millionaire emerges not through chance or luck, but through the deliberate, repeated actions that cultivate trust, mastery, and value. They understand that the universe responds to steady energy applied in a purposeful way, and they move through their daily work with faith that prosperity is already flowing toward them. Service over glamour. Meeting essential needs matters more than chasing trends or attention. Service over glamour is the guiding principle of true prosperity. Many are deceived by appearances, believing that wealth, recognition, and success are born from flash, spectacle, or trendiness. They chase after what is visible, what is celebrated, and what seems exciting, often exhausting themselves in pursuits that are temporary and unpredictable. Yet the law of abundance operates in quiet, orderly ways, rewarding those who provide consistent, meaningful service. Wealth is attracted not by showmanship or dramatic gestures, but by usefulness, by the fulfillment of a need, and by the satisfaction that comes from serving others faithfully. The individual who understands this principle recognizes that it is the substance of their work, not the glitter surrounding it, that determines the flow of prosperity. Every act of service, performed with integrity and joy, plants a seed in the universal mind, and each seed grows into a harvest of material reward that cannot be taken away. The mind focused on service over glamour does not seek approval or applause. It does not rely on the validation of peers, the popularity of trends, or the fleeting attention of the crowd. It recognizes that the true measure of value lies in the effect one has on others' lives. To serve is to align with the natural law of reciprocity, a law that dictates that value given returns multiplied. Those who focus on meeting needs with clarity, honesty, and diligence create conditions for enduring wealth because they are operating in harmony with universal principles. In contrast, those who pursue glamour often find themselves chasing illusions, exhausting energy in efforts that yield little lasting return, or discovering that admiration is not equivalent to provision. Service, steady and reliable, produces results that are tangible, lasting, and self-reinforcing. There is profound wisdom in focusing on utility rather than appearance, a business that meets a practical need, whether it delivers essential goods, provides a necessary service, or simplifies life for others, has the capacity to generate wealth far beyond what is imagined. Such enterprises may not dominate headlines or social media feeds, yet they serve the essential functions upon which society depends. Their value lies in the constancy of the need they meet, in the trust they inspire, and in the reliability with which they operate. The millionaire often arises from the quiet dedication to these ordinary but vital tasks, recognizing that service, when performed with consistency and excellence, attracts prosperity effortlessly. The glamour of attention may fade, but the satisfaction of fulfilling a real need remains, and with it, the natural flow of abundance. Service over glamour also cultivates relationships that are the foundation of wealth. When one focuses on genuinely helping others, without seeking personal recognition, trust is established. Customers, clients, and partners learn that they can rely on the person or business, and this trust becomes the magnet that draws repeated engagement, referrals, and opportunities. Wealth, in this sense, is a natural byproduct of the value offered, not the result of clever marketing or flashy promotion. Those who prioritize service understand that every interaction, no matter how routine, has the potential to strengthen reputation, deepen loyalty, and expand influence. In attending to the real needs of others with care and attention, they create a cycle in which prosperity follows service naturally, effortlessly, and without the strain that often accompanies the pursuit of superficial allure. The allure of glamour can be deceptive. Many chase the excitement of high-profile ventures, believing that visibility alone will attract fortune. They assume that attention is equivalent to abundance, yet attention is ephemeral, fleeting, and often unpredictable. A business built primarily on style, hype, or spectacle may experience temporary gains, but it rarely sustains long-term growth. Service, on the other hand, is grounded in reality. It meets a universal demand, fulfills a functional purpose, and delivers satisfaction that cannot be removed. The universe responds to such grounded efforts, sending returns in forms both material and intangible. Those who focus on service develop the confidence to navigate challenges, knowing that the work itself is valuable, and that the law of abundance responds to faithful effort applied to useful purposes. There is a spiritual dimension to service that amplifies its power. When work is performed with the intent to genuinely benefit others, it aligns with divine law, which favors generosity, helpfulness, and integrity. Wealth flows to those who do not take shortcuts, who do not seek to manipulate or impress, but who give their best consistently. Every act of service, whether visible or unseen, resonates with the universal mind, attracting prosperity to the individual who honors the principle of usefulness. The glamour of appearances may fade, but the energy invested in honest service compounds over time, producing results that are reliable, steady, and deeply satisfying. Service also protects against the distractions that often derail ambition. By focusing on meeting needs, the mind remains centered, disciplined, and productive. One does not waste energy chasing fleeting trends or comparing oneself to others. Instead, attention is devoted to creating real value, refining processes, and enhancing skills. This focus magnifies efficiency and ensures that every action contributes to the growth of the enterprise. Wealth, therefore, is not the product of chance or luck, but the natural outcome of persistent, dedicated service rendered with wisdom and care. Those who understand this principle develop resilience, patience, and foresight, qualities that are indispensable for long-term success. Furthermore, the emphasis on service over glamour allows one to recognize opportunity that others overlook. When the mind is attuned to meeting needs, it sees gaps, inefficiencies, and problems that can be transformed into solutions. Each solution represents a potential for income, influence, and impact. The glamour seeker, distracted by appearance and recognition, may miss these opportunities entirely, while the service-oriented individual builds an enduring foundation of wealth through practical, consistent, and meaningful work. The millionaire emerges from this alignment of effort with necessity, understanding that the universe responds favorably to those who provide real value without attachment to accolades or spectacle. Every product delivered, every service rendered, every problem solved, no matter how small it may seem, becomes a conduit for prosperity. The law of abundance operates not on visibility but on usefulness. Those who cultivate the habit of serving with clarity, integrity, and diligence attract wealth in forms both expected and unexpected. The flow of prosperity becomes as natural as the flow of a river, steady, consistent, and unstoppable. Drawn toward those who honor service as the highest principle, and recognize that true glamour lies in the fulfillment of need, the satisfaction of others, and the faithful exercise of one's abilities and talents. Invisible power of mundanity, daily routines and simple systems often hold hidden abundance. There is a hidden strength in the ordinary, a quiet power in the mundane, that the ambitious often overlook. While the world chases what is flashy, novel, or dramatic, the individual who recognizes the invisible power of mundanity discovers a path to lasting prosperity. True abundance is rarely born in moments of excitement or chaos. It is cultivated in the consistent, seemingly simple actions performed with faith, focus, and diligence. Every repeated task, every routine process, every humble step toward a goal carries within it the potential to compound into wealth, influence, and lasting success. The universe honors those who embrace the ordinary with intention, seeing in their persistence a reflection of divine order, a harmony with principles that govern provision and prosperity. Those who dismiss mundane work as unimportant fail to perceive the hidden currents that reward quiet diligence. The mundane holds opportunity because it meets essential and recurring needs. Businesses that serve daily necessities, whether providing cleaning, maintenance, supply, transportation, or organization, operate in a space where demand is constant. These services may seem ordinary, perhaps even dull, to those seeking excitement, but within their routine lies stability. The millionaire emerges not through flair or spectacle, but through faithful engagement with the ordinary tasks that support others' lives. Every repetition, every task performed reliably, lays another brick in the foundation of wealth. The accumulation of these small, consistent actions is invisible at first, yet in time it manifests in substantial, tangible results. The universe is attracted not to novelty alone but to faithfulness, precision, and the steady fulfillment of need. Mundanity also develops discipline and focus, qualities essential for lasting success. The individual who engages in repeated, ordinary tasks learns patience, endurance, and the ability to navigate challenges with grace. They cultivate a mind that is organized, attentive, and capable of consistent effort, and this mental structure becomes the engine for material reward. By committing to routine, one strengthens habits of responsibility and reliability, which in turn attract opportunities and relationships that compound prosperity. The visible excitement of the glamorous, sporadic venture cannot produce the same consistency of result, because it lacks the foundation of repeated effort that molds both skill and character. Wealth is drawn to the steady hand, the patient mind, and the consistent heart. The invisible power of mundanity is further amplified when one brings creativity and attention to ordinary processes. Routine tasks, when approached with intelligence and care, can be refined, optimized, and improved in ways that increase efficiency, reduce waste, and enhance the value provided. Small innovations applied to simple systems can produce exponential returns over time. Those who recognize this potential treat every ordinary action as an opportunity for mastery and refinement. By attending to detail, maintaining standards, and seeking improvement, they convert the mundane into a mechanism for success. The glamour seeker often overlooks this, chasing novelty and excitement, while the patient practitioner builds wealth quietly, steadily, and invisibly. Faith plays a critical role in harnessing the invisible power of mundanity. It is easy to feel discouraged by repetition or the perceived dullness of routine work. Yet, the mind that trusts in divine principles recognizes that value accumulates invisibly, that every faithful action is a step toward abundance. Wealth is often drawn to those who serve faithfully without immediate recognition, who continue their work with persistence, and who trust that the law of reciprocity is in effect. The ordinary, repeated efforts resonate in the unseen realm long before their effects are visible in the material world. This faith transforms the mundane from a source of boredom into a powerful instrument of creation, drawing opportunity, clients, and financial reward in ways that appear almost magical to those who do not understand the principle. Consistency in ordinary tasks also builds reputation, trust, and reliability. When others experience the certainty of dependable service, they return repeatedly, refer others, and place confidence in the individual or business that honors commitments. Mundanity performed faithfully produces predictability, and predictability fosters trust. In the marketplace of human relationships and commerce, trust is a currency more valuable than attention or spectacle. Those who embrace mundane work with integrity cultivate long-term relationships, recurring revenue, and a foundation of wealth that is resilient, sustainable, and largely immune to the volatility of trends or fads. The glamour of flash and attention fades, but the reliability of ordinary service endures, and the universe rewards those who honor this principle consistently. The mundane also teaches humility and perspective. It reminds the individual that wealth is not a product of ego, excitement, or attention, but of service, value, and alignment with universal principles. Repeated engagement in simple, necessary tasks reinforces the understanding that abundance grows quietly, invisibly, and steadily, without the need for drama or spectacle. The millionaire mind recognizes that repetition and consistency are not limitations, but instruments for magnifying results. Every ordinary action contributes to a larger pattern of success, a rhythm of effort and reward that the impatient cannot perceive but the wise understand intuitively. Mundanity is also a teacher of foresight and preparation. In attending to ordinary work with care, the individual learns to anticipate challenges, plan for contingencies, and create systems that ensure smooth operation over time. These lessons, gained from engagement with the ordinary, become the framework for scaling, growth, and long-term prosperity. Each small step, seemingly insignificant, develops the ability to handle greater responsibility, larger projects, and more substantial opportunities. The mundane prepares the mind to recognize and seize advantage when larger opportunities arise, ensuring that the individual is not only capable, but ready when the universe presents its reward. The invisible power of mundanity lies in its compounding effect. Small actions performed faithfully accumulate into a foundation of wealth that is steady, secure, and expansive. while others seek excitement, novelty, and the appearance of success. Those who honor the ordinary build true financial security and influence. The universe responds to those who recognize the value in repeated effort, who approach routine with attention and care, and who act with faith in the principles that govern abundance. Through mundane work performed consistently and faithfully, opportunity flows, skill develops, trust grows, and wealth manifests naturally, as a reflection of alignment with divine order and purpose. Faith in the ordinary, belief in the value of humble, necessary work unlocks doors unseen. Faith in the ordinary is the foundation upon which lasting prosperity is built. Many are misled by the world's obsession with spectacle, novelty, and extraordinary feats, believing that wealth and success emerge only from the dramatic or the exceptional. Yet the universe operates according to orderly laws, and one of the most powerful of these laws is that faithful, steady action in the ordinary yields extraordinary results. The individual who cultivates faith in the ordinary recognizes that daily tasks, repeated processes, and humble service, performed with care and integrity, are the instruments through which abundance flows. It is not the flash, the hype, or the rare opportunity alone that produces wealth. It is the persistent dedication to simple, meaningful action, carried out with trust in universa. Principles that attracts prosperity naturally. Ordinary work is a seed that, when nurtured faithfully, grows into remarkable outcomes. The business that provides cleaning, delivery, accounting, or maintenance may appear mundane to the casual observer, yet within these consistent acts lies the potential for extraordinary financial reward. Those who embrace the ordinary with faith understand that value is not measured by glamour or spectacle, but by usefulness, reliability, and trustworthiness. Each act performed with attention and integrity sends ripples into the unseen realm, attracting clients, opportunities, and resources in ways that may not be immediately visible, but are inexorably drawn toward the individual aligned with service and faith. The law of supply and demand responds to consistency, and the universe rewards those who honor the ordinary with diligence and trust. Faith in the ordinary also cultivates patience, discipline, and resilience. It is easy to grow weary of repetition, to feel that mundane tasks are beneath ambition or that ordinary work cannot yield remarkable results. Yet those who maintain faith understand that every small effort is contributing to a larger, invisible accumulation of wealth and opportunity. Repetition is not a limitation, it is a multiplier. It teaches perseverance, sharpens skills, and strengthens character. The individual who trusts in the ordinary does not seek shortcuts or instant gratification, but continues faithfully, knowing that steady effort in alignment with natural law produces reliable returns. This patient approach not only builds wealth, but also instills a confidence and stability of mind that equips the individual to navigate challenges and seize opportunities when they arise. Ordinary work performed with faith generates trust and reputation. Clients, customers, and collaborators come to rely on the predictability and reliability of consistent service. When every interaction, every product, every service is delivered with care and attention, it establishes a pattern of reliability that is magnetic. People are drawn to those who can be counted on, and trust, once established, compounds wealth over time. The ordinary, far from being unremarkable, becomes the conduit through which opportunity flows. The millionaire mind recognizes that faith in simple, necessary service creates enduring relationships, recurring income, and a foundation for growth that is far more secure than fleeting glamour or ephemeral trends. Faith in the ordinary is also a shield against distraction and doubt. When the mind is focused on consistent action and service, it resists the temptation to chase every new opportunity, trend, or flashy idea. Energy is preserved for meaningful work, and the attention remains on creating real value. This clarity of purpose ensures that effort is applied where it will yield the greatest return, rather than dissipated in the pursuit of novelty or recognition. By trusting that the ordinary is sufficient, when applied faithfully, the individual aligns with the flow of abundance, confident that wealth is drawn to consistency, integrity, and usefulness. The ordinary also provides a framework for skill, mastery, and innovation. By engaging repeatedly in simple tasks, the individual develops an intuitive understanding of processes, opportunities, and areas for improvement. Every mundane action is a lesson, every repetition an opportunity to refine, optimize, and enhance. Over time, mastery emerges, allowing the individual to scale, innovate, and create systems that multiply results. Faith in the ordinary ensures that the practitioner is patient enough to learn deeply, to understand patterns, and to build a foundation that others might overlook in their pursuit of flashy or dramatic ventures. The spiritual dimension of faith in the ordinary cannot be overstated. Work performed with integrity, honesty, and a focus on serving others resonates with universal law, which favors generosity, utility, and alignment with divine principles. Abundance follows naturally, for the universe responds to faithful effort applied to meaningful work. The ordinary becomes sacred when performed with dedication and trust, and the flow of prosperity becomes inevitable. Faith transforms the mundane into a vehicle for wealth, influence, and fulfillment, proving that no task is too small or unimportant when executed with purpose and consistency. Those who embrace faith in the ordinary understand that fortune is not chaotic or random. It is orderly, responding to repeated, faithful actions that meet real needs. Every service rendered, every problem solved, every routine task performed with attention and integrity adds to the invisible accumulation of opportunity and wealth. The ordinary, when honored with faith and diligence, becomes a powerful magnet, drawing clients, partnerships, and resources in ways that appear effortless to those who do not perceive the law at work. This faith empowers the individual to continue with calm assurance, to persist in the work that matters, and to recognize that the universe rewards fidelity and usefulness above flash and superficiality. Furthermore, faith in the ordinary reinforces gratitude, mindfulness, and awareness. By focusing on the present task, attending to its demands with care, and trusting in its long-term effect, the individual cultivates a mindset aligned with abundance. Wealth is not a product of wishful thinking, but of deliberate, repeated, faithful action. The ordinary becomes a vehicle for the extraordinary, as each faithful step, taken with trust, contributes to a pattern of success that is sustainable, reliable, and deeply satisfying. Through ordinary work performed with extraordinary faith, the seeds of prosperity are planted and nurtured in the unseen realm, growing steadily until they manifest as tangible, lasting reward. Long-term patience pays. Quiet, persistent effort compounds into lasting financial success. Long-term patience is one of the most powerful tools for attracting wealth, yet it is often underestimated in a world that glorifies instant gratification, rapid results, and flashy success. The law of prosperity operates in a manner that is orderly, predictable, and responsive to faithfulness over time. Those who understand that true abundance is the product of sustained, deliberate effort are positioned to receive rewards that far exceed those gained through hasty or impulsive actions. Patience is not mere waiting. It is an active, conscious alignment with the natural laws of the universe, a steady trust that consistent effort, guided by intelligence and integrity, will ultimately yield prosperity. The individual who cultivates long-term patience develops a mind capable of enduring challenges, resisting distraction, and maintaining focus on what truly matters, recognizing that every small step contributes invisibly to cumulative success. The value of patience lies in its capacity to allow effort to compound. Wealth does not usually appear overnight. It grows quietly, steadily, in response to repeated action, thoughtful strategy, and unwavering attention to purpose. The entrepreneur who invests in ordinary tasks, repeated faithfully, experiences returns that multiply over time. Small, consistent efforts in service, production, skill development, or relationship building accumulate. Like invisible currency, forming a foundation that becomes increasingly stable and expansive. Those who rush, seeking immediate recognition or rapid gains, often fail to appreciate the subtle accumulation that occurs through patient work. True prosperity favors those who understand the rhythm of steady growth, who trust the unseen law that rewards persistence, and who recognize that long-term effort produces results that are both more substantial and more secure. Patience also strengthens character, which is essential for sustaining wealth. The individual who remains committed to a goal over the long term develops resilience, discipline, and perspective. Challenges, delays, and setbacks are not deterrents, but lessons that refine judgment and fortify determination. In enduring these trials, one gains the mental clarity and emotional stability necessary to make wise decisions, avoid impulsive mistakes, and capitalize on opportunities when they arise. Wealth, therefore, is not simply the result of action, but of the quality of character cultivated through patience. Those who act with foresight and endurance are able to navigate the unpredictability of business and life, maintaining alignment with principles of integrity, service, and usefulness, which in turn attracts continued prosperity. Long-term patience allows for mastery and refinement. When an individual devotes consistent effort to a craft, skill, or business process over months and years, they gain understanding and insight that is impossible to acquire through sporadic or hurried work. Repetition and experience reveal patterns, expose areas for improvement, and provide the opportunity to innovate within a framework of reliability. The millionaire often emerges from a long period of steady engagement, during which ordinary tasks are performed with care, and incremental improvements are made continuously. These small adjustments, accumulated over time, compound into significant advantage, positioning the individual for success that others, who seek rapid results, cannot achieve. Patience thus becomes a form of strategic leverage, transforming persistence into mastery, and mastery into prosperity. The universe rewards patience because it demonstrates faith in the natural order. An individual who understands that wealth flows from consistent service, repeated effort, and alignment with universal laws does not become discouraged when immediate results are not visible. Instead, they trust that each faithful action is contributing to an accumulation of opportunities, skill, and influence that will manifest at the right time. This trust allows the mind to remain calm, focused, and confident, free from anxiety or impulsive decision-making. Long-term patience transforms the ordinary into a powerful instrument of creation, enabling the individual to harness the compounding effect of effort in alignment with divine principles. Long-term patience also builds deep and enduring relationships, which are essential to sustain prosperity. Business, service, and life are all founded upon trust, reliability, and consistent value. When an individual demonstrates commitment over time, customers, clients, partners, and collaborators come to rely upon them, return repeatedly, and extend opportunities that others cannot access. Wealth in these cases is not merely financial but relational, composed of goodwill, loyalty, and trust that endure beyond temporary trends or immediate gains. The patient individual develops a reputation for reliability and competence, attracting consistent opportunities that compound quietly over time. This relational foundation forms the backbone of lasting financial security, and it emerges naturally from persistent patient effort rather than from dramatic, attention-seeking gestures. Patience is also a teacher of foresight and discernment. It allows the mind to observe patterns, recognize cycles, and make informed decisions rather than reacting impulsively to immediate circumstances. The individual who exercises long-term patience can anticipate market trends, identify opportunities, and position themselves advantageously, without being swept away by the short-term excitement that distracts many. This ability to plan, prepare, and execute with wisdom multiplies the effectiveness of each action taken. Wealth, in this sense, is a product not only of effort, but of thoughtful timing, insight, and the understanding that results unfold according to natural law, not according to the hurried wishes of the impatient mind. Long-term patience also encourages gratitude, mindfulness, and awareness. By observing the incremental progress of their work, the individual develops an appreciation for each contribution, each step forward, and each lesson learned along the way. This mindset reinforces faith, aligns thought with abundance, and maintains focus on meaningful, value-creating action. The universe responds to such alignment, drawing resources, opportunities, and clients in a manner that appears effortless, but is grounded in the consistent energy of patient effort. Wealth is not a product of luck or fleeting advantage. It is the inevitable result of repeated, faithful action guided by awareness, integrity, and foresight. Finally, patience allows the individual to resist comparison and distraction. In a world filled with constant noise, rapid changes, and the illusion of instant success, those who trust the long-term process remain undisturbed by the apparent speed or brilliance of others. They understand that true prosperity is cumulative and unfolds over time, and they remain steadfast in their own path, honoring each step, each repetition, and each ordinary effort. This steadfastness becomes a magnet for opportunity, a foundation for skill, and a channel through which abundance flows naturally. Long-term patience, therefore, is not passive waiting, but an active, faithful alignment with the principles that govern prosperity. A discipline that compounds results invisibly, steadily, and powerfully over time.